Greetings all, Frog here. Let's play some GeoGuessr. This music again is from EU4. That's pretty much going to be how it is. Let's just put a note on the music page on my website, and there you go. So I think you guys can figure out what the EU4 music sounds like at this point. This is a challenge from Lance and Derek, the longtime contributor. This challenge is a Australia challenge because apparently today, as you watch this, or at least as this is posted, it's Australia Day. The 26th of January is Australia Day. I don't know why, but I'm sure he'll tell me in the comments. Public jetty. Going boating? Nah, not really. I mean, I might. If I had the Dramamine first, I could probably do it. Lovely. Probably should have cleared my throat before I started recording, because boy, do I feel like there's just phlegm everywhere. Excuse me. Hopefully I won't have to do that very much. Public toilets. Okay, good to know. I'd imagine this is probably going to be pretty tough for me, because I don't really know Australia that well. I've been playing in it for so long, you'd think I would know better, but no. The answer is no. I'm just traveling north here because it looked like there was a city this direction. Hopefully the city will tell me where it is. And then Bob's your uncle. Doesn't appear to be so. There's water to the west and the north of this location. I find that to be interesting. And nope, this was the wrong way to go. More access to more water. Looks like it's way over there. Okay, so go back to start. We'll start over. No worries. Looks like, nah, it's not a city. It's just these people along this lake or bay or inlet or whatever it happens to be. That was not the way to go. I don't want to go down that road either, I don't think. No, that looks too small. I want to try and find one of the highways, if I can do it. Well, what does this say? I kind of just blew right by. Oh, it's just a phone box. It's not helpful. So we're going to go this way. We're going to head south. See if we can't find some more information to the south. But the only thing I know so far is that we're in Australia. All right. A lot of water. Let's see if that truck has anything it can offer. Nah. Nice boat. Das Boot. Speed limit changed ahead. Okay. Looks like coastal Australia is somewhere. Roberts? Is that like a... Yeah, I was going to say, is that a real estate company? The answer is yes. I have a lot of commentary right now because honestly there's not a lot here. I mean, there's a lot here. That's not to imply like we're in the middle of nowhere. It's just that, you know, what do you say about this? It's Australia. Traveling along on a road. Look out the back camera because it appears that we're aligned to the right, but luckily this particular stretch of Australia has very nice cameras. More possible city ahead of us. This is quite a challenging first start. I'm sure there was something obvious that I missed because that's pretty typical. So, what do you guys do for Australia Day? I suppose I could look it up, but I'm just sort of curious. New construction? Looks nice enough. I probably wouldn't mind living here. Now we're down to 40 kilometers an hour. That was a school zone. That's very wise. Well, we definitely appear to be coming into a city. There's a little obelisk. Some sort of memorial, perhaps. Ba-ba, da-da-da-da. Another Australian telephone. Carols at Candlelight at school tonight, 7:45. South Arm Peninsula Residents Association. South Arm Peninsula, okay. Gives me a little bit more. Poker. Is that a legal poker room, or is it like a? It just says 4 aces. It might not be a poker room. Maybe that's the name of the ice cream shop. 4 aces. There is gambling in Australia, though, isn't there? I think there are casinos and the like. I know there are in New Zealand. Maybe there's not in Australia. I think there are, though. If I recall, one of the world's largest slot machine manufacturers is based in Australia. South Arm. We're definitely on the South Arm Peninsula. South Arm of what? Iron Pot Golf Club. I was talking about this with a coworker yesterday, actually. One of the things I miss about living in Toledo is being a member of a country club. Oh God. Okay. And South Arm's over. So geez. South Arm of like Sydney? Like here? I don't know. It's the best I can come up with. Oh no, goodness. We're outside of Hobart. South Arm. We were in Possum Bay. That's kind of cool. I might have eventually connected to the A3. Probably should have kept going. Well, no, because I just had gotten there. So I have to go through all of that. Come all the way back up through Sanford. Or was I in Sanford? No, I was in South Arm. So I'd have to go all the way through here, past the Iron Pot Golf Course. All the way through. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Well, I mean, that's okay. Very interesting location. I like that. But I miss... oh, God. I miss the whole country club atmosphere. And because the country club I was part of wasn't really snooty. I mean, there were some snooty people, obviously, because that's just how it's going to happen. But it was also semi-private, so there was public there, and the staff was fantastic. That makes a big difference. You need a good staff. But the staff was there, and then... it was nice, but it was affordable. You know, for a single membership for myself, it was like $2,000 a year. That's not bad, and that covered greens fees too. That was 100% greens fees. I didn't need a card. I walked most of the time, so I didn't really spend a lot of extra money there. I mean, I ate dinner there every Tuesday because I would play bridge with the old ladies actually Tuesday afternoon, and then I had golf in the Industrial League, which is how I ended up joining that golf club because. Some of my coworkers were in the Industrial League, and they said, "Hey, you really should golf in this." And it really turned into more of a service professional league by that point. But I said, "Okay, fine, I'll give it a shot." And I got into the country club, and I was a member for like 5-6 years, all the way up until we moved down here, actually. And I kind of miss it because I liked being able to golf all the time. Now, granted, right now I don't have a lot of free time to golf because I'm using my free time to record videos. You know, it's a choice. I'm not upset about that, so I'm not saying like, "Oh, the videos are about." No. I made the choice. But I do miss that kind of country club atmosphere. The problem is the city I live in now, there are no cheap country clubs like that. Like the cheapest you're going to find around here, $6,000 maybe. $6,000 a year for the family. But that's like, my wife and I could take 2 nice trips on $6,000, you know, and so why would I do that? I'll just play the public courses, and you know, when I want to golf, I'll just pay the $15 to $30, and that'll have to be how it is. Because honestly, my wife and I would rather travel. I am amazed, by the way, how much of the music that I enjoy from EU4 is not actually the original music. It's from the DLC. Because that's all we're listening to. This is only from the DLC. And I just get a lot of it. There is a lot of music in the game now. Wow, this is just horrible. Alright, so we went north. North is a bust. Let's go south. I mean, it looks like we're in a stretch of southern NSW. Southwest NSW. I imagine that the whole point of this challenge is to showcase the different parts of Australia because it's Australia Day. So I'd imagine we're going to be all over the continent. I had a handicap and everything. Which sounds ridiculous because you're like, well, Frog, everybody can have a handicap. Well, yeah, all right, I get that. But, like, to have an official USGA handicap, it has to be under a certain number, or they don't track it, which for men, I think, is 40. So what that means is that if you have a 40 handicap, for 18 holes, you would expect to average 112 as your score. Moralana Scenic Drive. Okay, I don't really want to do that. Don't really like that. Hawker and Lee Creek. Wow. We're in the middle of literally nowhere. And I think when I stopped playing a couple years ago, because we moved down here and I just haven't really played. Minamora. That's cool. My handicap was 20. So, you know, my typical, I would expect as a golfer to score in the 90s for 18 holes, which is what I was doing. You know, it's not like I'm going to get on the tour, and not anytime soon, especially now that I haven't played in 2.5 years. But I just enjoyed playing around a golf, because if I do something, I want to be good at it. That's human nature, I think, for the most part. But it's also one of my character flaws, is that if I'm not good at something, I don't really like doing it, and then so I don't want to do it. Instead of like trying to practice it and get better, I'm just like, screw it. Which is funny considering how much I played Binding of Isaac. Anyway, so. But I loved golf. It was fun because golf is a very personal game, right? I'm not competing against anybody else. You might say, oh, your score, of course you are. No. When I played golf, I was always competing against myself. The whole goal is to get better and better and better, because the handicap takes your last 20 rounds into account, throws out the top, I think it's 10% of the top and the bottom scores, and then averages the rest of it. So it's constant competition amongst yourselves to improve that handicap, and the only way to improve the handicap is to consistently do better. I have custom cut clubs, everything. And part of that is necessary because I'm just tall. So my clubs have an inch added to the shaft. We're going to Hobart, 39. I don't know. But that's what this means. It means we're going to some sort of H-town. Okay, so if I think we're in NSW, which I think we are, and we're going to some sort of town that starts with an H. Let's look for some sort of town. Because the other one, the G something, we were going to Griffith. So let's see if there's any H's in here. I don't see one. Which may mean we're not in NSW. Actually, Wagga Wagga. I love that. It's probably my favorite town. Wagga Wagga. Wagga Wagga. It could be an N. Actually. Let's go back to it. Where are you? Come here. I saw you. Come here. It's only the second guess, though. We're 12 minutes in. I need to speed this along. Actually, was that it? Yeah, that was it. No, it's definitely an H. So I'm not sure where that means we are, but I know what it means at least. So I have learned some. Could we be up in Queensland? It's possible. Hungerford? Are we heading to Hungerford? Let's say we're going to Hungerford. Nope, that's not it at all. Hawker. We were probably heading to Hawker. I'm okay with that. Flinders. What is Flinders? Explain to me Flinders. It's all over this place. Last time I was in Australia, it was there too. Okay, so this is very nice. Lovely little boat launch. That's probably a lake rather than anything else. So we were in Tasmania. We were in southern Australia. Now where are we? Gypsy Point Lakeside. Stay overnight or longer. Well, that's very kind of you. It's a luxury accommodation. Spa, suites, pools. Gypsy with an I. Interesting. I also have a 1 degree bounce, if you're curious. It's on all of my irons, 1 degree bounce. It compensates basically for adding an inch to the shaft. Steel irons, I'm still young enough. I'm not gonna mess around with graphite irons. I carried a lob wedge. Kangaroos, next 2 kilometers. That's cool. I carried a lob wedge and a sand wedge, 60 degree and 54, basically. And then I did have a pitching wedge. I carried 9 through 2. I did not have a 1 driving iron, but I did carry a 2 iron. It was a hybrid. I think my 3 iron is also hybrid, come to think of it. is the 4? Is it 2, 3, 4, or just 2 and 3? Regardless, I have a driving iron, and then a 3 wood and a 1 wood. I have a 5 wood, but I don't usually carry it because the driving iron takes care of the usage for the 5 wood, really. And I love my putter. Standard style putter, blade. I don't like any of the non-blade putters. It's not my style, right? I understand how they work. I understand why they work, but no. I just didn't enjoy it. I missed the game. I should get back out there. I mean, I can't do it now. It's a little cold, a little snow. But as soon as I can get out there, I'm definitely going to want to get out there. This is lovely, Lanson. I have no idea where we are, but it's very lovely. I mean, Gypsy Point. That's where we are. It's Gypsy Point, but that doesn't help. Oh, here we go. There's the breakthrough we needed. Just had to be patient. 617 going to Malakuta. Genoa, Eden, Melbourne. We're 519 kilometers southwest of Melbourne. I mean, that doesn't really mean anything because the road is going slightly southwest. But we're 519 kilometers away from that. Eden and Genoa are much, much closer. So why would we have that unless we were like way over here somewhere? There's Genoa. See, that's my whole point. So we're actually just in NSW. Actually, that might be the capital territory. It is. So ACT. I bet we're on the A1. No, we're not on the A1. We're on the C617. But Genoa is here. Let's see if Eden is along the way. If we can find an Eden along the way to... I don't see one. Doesn't mean it's not there. I just don't see one. Because now we're in Melbourne. But there's Genoa. Now, here's the problem. There might be more than one Genoa. So this might be a huge, huge... No, it's not, because there's Gypsy Point. Oh, that's brilliant. Gypsy Point Lakeside. There's our little boat launch. Bam. Max points. What? 1 meter. Oh, we were all the way at the... Excuse me. Nice. That was a good one. We were barely in Victoria. That is considered an SW. Where's the ACT then? Oh, ACT is just this tiny little bit. Oh, I see that. Gotcha. All right. We are in a truck park, apparently. Whoa, what's up? It's Rui. It's a roadside attraction. I love roadside attractions. If you've ever read... Oh my god, it has one of those. That's so ridiculous. I love that too. It's the Wasa Border Village. So Western Australia and Southern Australia. The roadside attractions, if you've ever read American Gods by Neil Gaiman, first off, if you haven't, you should. But you know exactly what I'm talking about with roadside attractions. So theoretically, this kangaroo exists at a place of power. Because you'd say, oh, well, I thought churches were in holy... No. Because the churches... There's so many churches these days that they don't mean anything. They're just built wherever people find it convenient. We're on the A1. They're built where people find it convenient instead of where they're actual holy sites. That's not true of the ancient churches. So if you go to the ancient churches, then yeah, there you go. But there's the Border Village Airport. Yeah, we're like here ish. The true places of power are the roadside attractions because people feel compelled to build these ridiculous monuments. So like there is the giant kangaroo. In America, there are giant balls of twine. The most famous of them from that book is the House on the Rock in Wisconsin, I believe. But it's this dude that just built a house and then started putting animatronics, in the seasonal speed limit. Interesting. Puts animatronics into the house, and then there's more and more and more, and then it becomes ridiculous. He adds rooms and such and such and such. But that's the whole conceit of that is that those are the true places of power, because that's what churches used to be. Is that people got to a place they felt unbelievable draw to commemorate that place, and so they built churches. Wire River Tourist Park. Turn here. Okay, but now, because churches are everywhere, because religion has been commoditized, is the argument that then the true places of power are these roadside attractions, which I just think is so fun. And there's a lot of really cool roadside attractions, at least in the United States. And apparently there's at least one in Australia, which is very cool. We're at the Wye River, wherever that happens to be. And that sign back there may give me more clues. We should go back to see it. Foreshore Camping Reserve. Now, unfortunately, if it has more information, it is so small. Early December to late April. It looks like all biter postured. So, I mean, that's obviously not it. This would probably be very, very helpful, but it's just too small, which is fine. 20 minutes here for the last round. We're going to be a sub 30-minute challenge. That's fine. Come on. So, yeah, if you know of any good roadside attractions. Because my wife and I, we want to take trips, but we can't afford to fly everywhere. It's just expensive. It's getting cheaper. I mean, with the price of gas going down, that's getting cheaper as well. But road travel is still really convenient. So, you know, anytime you can take a road trip out somewhere, especially if it's within a day's drive of Columbus, Ohio, you know, if you know a good roadside attraction, let me know, because I would absolutely go in a country minute. I love this soundtrack, man. I think I bought this music pack because I was playing in Indochina. We're on the B100. It's the Great Ocean Road, heading north towards Lorne, Anglesey, Torquay, and Geelong. Oh, we're heading towards Geelong. I know where Geelong is. There's Lorne. There's Anglesey. There's Torquay. Or there's Wye River. Wye River? Why not River? It's the Great Ocean Road. Okay, let's figure out where we are then. We started with the seasonal speed limit with a little hook in the road. It looks like we're here. Well, let's see if we get to a post, the Wye River Post Office. There's motel meals. It's not what it's called. I think that's funny. There's a motel that presumably serves meals. And then there should be an Australian Post here. I can't go down that road, unfortunately. But yeah, that looks pretty good for a guess. Oh, I'm off by a point. Oh, I missed it by a meter. Oh, you gotta be kidding, right? Come on. That was a great guess. Hey, that was cool. We were in Australia. Obviously, it was Australia Day. Well, it is Australia Day as I post this, not as I record this, because I'm recording this several days in advance, but it will be Australia Day, so happy Australia Day to Australia. I don't know what that signifies, if that's your independence or what. I probably should have looked it up before I played the challenge, but you know me. Why would I do that? I'll just wait for Lanston or someone from Geelong or Nio to post all the interesting stuff in the comments, and then I'll spend 2 hours on Wikipedia, which is what happened the last time Nio posted a comment, which is good because it's all very interesting stuff. I love it. If you would like to create your own challenge, definitely feel free to do so. You can go to geoguessr.com and send me a private message on Facebook or YouTube, and then I'll add you to the list. You could also send it to frog@purplefrogplays.com. That's where you'll find the music playlist, although I guess not now because we're doing the EU4 stuff, it won't be the full playlist. But you can go to get that stuff. You could definitely go to paradoxplaza.com and pick up all of the Paradox stuff, because it is all, without a doubt, I have not played any Paradox game as of yet that was not top-notch. So, I mean, even Victoria 2. Victoria 2 is top-notch. It's tough as nails because it's before they started really getting into UI. I think they hired some new UI guys between Vicky 2 and CK2, and it really has helped. So, you know, I'm looking forward to Vicky 3 if that ever comes out. Obviously, I'm looking forward to Stellaris. Oh my god, Stellaris. Regardless, happy Australia Day to everybody in Australia and all the Australian expats around the world. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel to stay updated to everything as it happens. And until next time, cheers.